Bom dia, pessoal. Estamos aqui em Wiener Neustadt, na Áustria, para fazer o nosso primeiro voo de demonstração no DA50, que é o novo avião produzido pela Diamond. Como esse avião ainda não está disponível no Brasil, a gente veio aqui para poder compartilhar com vocês as nossas primeiras impressões sobre a qualidade de voo e desempenho da aeronave e os detalhes também da sua produção e de como que ela se compara com o DA52. Hoje não está nos dias mais bonitos para fazer o voo, mas espero que vocês aproveitem tanto o voo como as paisagens aqui da região. Estamos aqui com o Fábio, que é o piloto de teste da Diamond, para fazer o voo. E agora a gente vai mostrar o procedimento de partida da aeronave, que, igual no DA62, é um procedimento bem simplificado.
Alright, so for the startup sequence, it's the same procedure as we have on the 62, being a diesel engine, so we're going to put the engine master on. You're going to have a glow indication. Takes a little bit longer than you're used to from the Austria engine. So the pre-glow on the 6-cylinder is quite about 10 seconds depending on outside temperature. Yep, there we go, glow is off. Our prop area is clear. And we're going to hit the start button. And there it also takes a bit longer. There it is. Engine is alive. Gonna increase the power a bit over the flight idle threshold, just to get it up to a maximum of 1000 RPM. That's the
For the
of
warm-up,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. Which is not that easy actually, because at some point you need a little bit more than 1000 to start taxiing actually. So it's always kind of marginal. Gonna put the avionic master on. So the ATC at the airfield is mostly in German. We're gonna do it in English now, although.
Okay.
So, just to know in case they all speak German. Flap settings are also the same. So we got two possibilities. So we got a takeoff setting, a dedicated one, and a landing. Gonna put it to takeoff rotation speed at max takeoff weight 66 knots. 66 climb speed initially, which is VY 79. Although for cruise climb, I would recommend everything between 90 to 105.
Okay.
95, 100 knots for cruise climb. Alright.
Bom, pessoal, então, conforme a gente estava falando, nós estamos aqui preparando para iniciar o voo. Estamos esperando o motor aquecer. E assim que tiver finalizado aqui o check de pré-voo, a gente vai seguir para o voo de demonstração nessa que é a nova máquina aqui da Diamond, DA50.
So, gonna taxi to the active runway now. And in the meantime, if you take a look at the fuel indication, I've started transferring a bit fuel from the right to left now.
Ok.
And the transfer rate is 1 gallon per minute.
Ok. Então a gente estava, conforme estava falando, como esse avião é monomotor, a gente tem um sistema de transferência de combustível, né, da asa direita para a asa esquerda. O motor é alimentado pela asa esquerda e quando a bomba de transferência está ligada, ela transfere combustível na razão de 1 galão por minuto entre as asas. O motor é extremamente silencioso, de forma bem similar ao DA62, pouquíssima vibração dentro da cabine, pouquíssimo ruído, mesmo sem fone com supressão de ruído. É uma aeronave que você consegue conversar dentro com facilidade.
Just let me know regarding temperature, in case it's getting too cold or too warm.
Okay, don't worry.
Just gonna start the heating. So with the heating, you can actually, of course, choose if you want to have just the foot room or our passenger comfort or pilot comfort. You could also say defrost and foot, or just defrost for the windscreen.
Okay.
So it's just a selector valve here. I'm gonna keep it down for us. And it goes with the normal fan now.
Ok.
Just in the bypass.
Então, um pouquinho diferente do DA62, né? Os DA50 agora ele tem um painel de controle de temperatura, onde a gente tem um ventilador para ventilação forçada. E aqui agora é possível escolher aquecimento ou descongelamento do para-brisa por essas chaves. E Em aeronaves com ar-condicionado também, a refrigeração da cabine, né?
What's also new now, see, didn't tell you before, you're missing the rudder trim knob. So there's no rudder trim, yep. So where did we put it? There's an electric rudder trim here. 2 switches run directly at the throttle, and you have a rudder trim indication right down here.
Ok. Então, diferente também do 62, né? A gente não tem mais o trim do rudder mecânico, ele agora é elétrico. Então a gente tem a indicação no painel da posição do trim do rudder e a chave fica atrás da manete de potência.
Exactly, yep. You can go to idle, no worries. These 2 buttons here.
Pequeno botãozinho. Bom, mais uma evolução aí do DA50.
Right, so we're just gonna wait for the engine temperatures to get into the green range, especially the gearbox. Just then we can, or are allowed to do the ECU test. Engine
Ok. Então, na página do motor temos todos os dados de temperatura e o controle de todos os parâmetros. E agora estão aguardando tudo ficar no arco verde para poder fazer o run-up, o self-test e partir para o voo. O DA50 também ele é equipado com 2 alternadores redundantes. Então ele tem o alternador 1 e 2. O alternador 2 aciona o ar-condicionado em condições normais e em condições de emergência. O alternador 2 assume a alimentação do sistema elétrico da aeronave. Um pouco diferente também do DA62, a gente vai ter um ECU redundante, mas que funciona sempre no canal A. E o canal B é usado só em caso de emergências.
So, temperatures are increasing. This specific model now has about 320 hours on it now already.
Ok. 320 horas de voos de demonstração e protótipo. This one also has flown for the certification flights,
for
right?
Certain parts of it, yeah. Not for main cert, but for certain parts, autopilot, for example.
Ok. Bom, revisão geral aqui do...
All the planes that you see outside here, they're going to a flight school in Saudi Arabia. Waiting for delivery here.
Então temos essa fila aqui de DA42 que vão para uma escola de voo na Arábia Saudita. Então aqui aguardando para serem entregues.
So, temperatures is looking fine. Let's do the ECU check. What are we gonna do first? Just switch to the Bravo channel here.
Ok.
The power drops a little bit. It stabilizes. There's no warning. We're gonna back to auto.
Okay.
And then just the standard ECU test button. And now the difference, it only goes to around 9 or 10% maximum. 8%, 9.
Okay.
Does the cycle. Powers back to idle and switches to the alpha channel. So this would actually allow you just during taxi.
Ok. No teste de ECU é completamente automático e ocorre de forma bem simplificada. Ele é um pouco mais rápido e é feito com RPM mais baixo do que nos outros modelos. Então é até possível fazer esse teste durante o táxi, o que agiliza aí os procedimentos para decolagem.
And what I also do you're supposed to do on every flight to check if the second alternator is actually working. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're going to do first, just hit the essential bus to activate the second alternator. And we're going to put alternator 1 off, and we're going to see that 1 is decreasing now, and second is charging the load here. Looks fine, we have no warning. And now we just do reversal procedure, alternator 1 on, and essential bus off. And 1 is charging again, 2 is following to 0.
Ok. O teste do alternador de backup, o alternador 2, né, para ter certeza que ele está operacional.
Just gonna check door closed, perfect. Oscar Tango Whiskey is ready for departure on wind 27. We got some snow and rain coming in now.
Ok. O clima não está o melhor para um voo de demonstração, mas um avião bom não tem clima ruim.
After departing, take off on discretion runway 27, Tango Whiskey. So we're just gonna wait for the Katana to take off. And then we're ready. For departure, what I like, I keep the rudder trim a little bit more on the right hand side. This makes it just easier for the pedals.
Ok.
And reduce momentum here. Would you like to do the takeoff?
No,
All right.
you can do it.
Sure. All right. Characteristic-wise, it feels like a 62. Oh, really? It flies and feels like a 62.
In terms of flight controls, I mean, how does it handle in comparison to the 62?
I would say the strength that you feel, the force that you have to apply are a little bit less than compared to the 62. Because with the 62 you have those two engines on the left and right hand side. It's a little bit lighter. Although what's different, if you want you can try and feel it, there's a centering spring. So if you just release it, it will automatically go back.
Okay.
Yep. So that's the only difference here. But I would say it's quite convenient, especially in some steep turns, because once you have stripped it out, it's centering and you just keep it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, for departure there's a backup fuel pump again, a low pressure.
Okay.
Gonna put it on. Landing lights. We're just gonna wait for the katana now, otherwise we're gonna overtake. And with the temperatures all looking good, anyway, I'm gonna put the cowl flaps to open now for takeoff. And we are good to go. So full power, which is 100% again for maximum 5 minutes.
Okay.
Power set, all stable, airspeed is alive.
Então, pessoal, mesmo com potência máxima, a gente ainda tem um nível de vibração e ruído muito conveniente na cabine.
And we got 66 knots, here we go.
Aceleração rápida.
Gonna put the gear up.
E estamos subindo aqui com um rate inicial de aproximadamente 1000 pés por minuto.
Regarding the vibration that you feel, this aircraft still being an experimental model basically, unfortunately still has the old engine shock mounts.
Okay.
The first revision. In the standard version or the serial production already, it's a lot lighter, a lot more quiet. It's just they didn't have the time to retrofit yet.
To be honest, it already doesn't vibrate a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I think when you really use that, I think the other ones are a lot more quiet, but
Well, once you get accustomed to something that
Absolutely.
is good.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Good, gonna put the flaps up. I'll reduce the power, maximum continuous is 90% now.
Okay.
So the katana is right ahead of us. If it's too, yeah, exactly, just let me know regarding the fan.
It's getting a little bit hot.
Sure, let's... Well, we only have 8 degrees outside air temperature.
Yeah.
So winter is starting. So let's see where and when we're gonna overtake them. We just got a noise abatement procedure here, gotta fly around the city. So that's the city of Wiener Neustadt on the right.
Ok. A cidade de Wiener Neustadt. Um pouquinho de chuva. Mas a aeronave tem um voo absolutamente dócil e estável, conforme igual todas as aeronaves da Diamond. Então, é um voo muito tranquilo, pouca vibração e pouco ruído. E conforme o Fábio falou, como essa aeronave aqui ainda é o protótipo, na verdade ela ainda vibra um pouco mais do que é esperado.
Just fuel pump up. The aircraft, being powered by 300 horsepower, requires more rudder adjustment than with a multi-engine. So we really gotta work the electrical rudder trim.
Ok.
Oscar Tango Whiskey is also leaving back out to select.
No bearing, same altitude,
No,
less
just
than
overtaking
1
that one
mile.
here. We're gonna go towards the mountains.
O Fábio estava comentando que como a gente tem um motor agora de 300 cavalos, né? Você precisa ser um pouco mais ativo ali no trem do rudder do que você é no 62. Quando você tem 2 motores para compensar.
In information service, Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey, negative letter.
Calling station, taking the call back.
Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey.
Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey, information service.
Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey is the Delta Alpha 50, Neustadt East to Neustadt East 3400, landing on 1018.
Estamos subindo aqui com uma razão de subida aproximadamente de
Oscar Victor
700
Tango
pés por minuto.
Whiskey, QNH1018 correct, identified.
Tendo uma GS de 105 nós com 90%.
And also the aircraft now, I mean, this one is missing the air condition in the back. So of course that one being very nose heavy.
Victor Tango Whiskey, traffic left wing 1 mile, 500 feet below, not verified, same direction, same speed.
Inside, Tango Whiskey.
So,
How much does the engine weight?
must be around 250, 250 to 60, yep.
Okay, it's a heavy engine.
It's a heavy engine, 6-cylinder, 2 turbochargers,
Yeah.
1 big water pump.
Join the coolers.
Yep, it's really, it's a huge one. When you can see it with the long cowling, it's...
Yeah.
So how do we actually compensate the aircraft being dead nose heavy? Of course, it depends on the configuration. With the air conditioner TKS, it's going to be easier. But in this model specifically, there's a possibility in the lower fin that you have trim weights.
Okay.
So you can decide from 0 all the way up to 20 kilograms, and it will be done from at the factory basically. If you decide later on, it can be changed in maintenance again.
Oscar Mike X-ray Whiskey Bravo, suggest the VFR descent 1,500 feet or below and contact Wien Tower 11
So if you go at 90% now, which is maximum continuous power, we're going to burn 15.5 gallons. That's maximum continuous. So if you do the math, well, 3 hours, that's it.
Yeah.
3 hours, that's it. A classic cruise power setting would be 75% again, 70, 75. You can do long range, of course, if you want, which is around 60, maybe 55, although you won't be above maybe 150 knots through.
Okay. And in long range, what would you get out of it?
Maybe a 700 miles.
700
Yeah,
miles?
if you push 700, yeah.
Ok. 700 milhas de alcance no long range.
650, 700,
Yeah.
yeah.
Em potência normal de cruzeiro rápido, vai ser 3 horas e meia de autonomia.
Well, we are able to climb, let's see what the clouds permit us today, but we're going to be able to climb to 5,500 most probably. And then let's just do a level off and see how we're starting to accelerate. And that's why you also got to work the trim here a little bit more, just because of the weight thing.
The weight
front,
thing.
yeah. Temperatures all looking fine, so I'm going to already close the cowl flaps a bit.
Mit Information, Oscar Echo Alpha Foxtrot Golf.
Oscar Echo Alpha Foxtrot Golf, 7 scan, identified,
Controle do cowl flap é elétrico, né? Uma chave de acionamento elétrico.
Close position.
Oscar Echo Alpha Foxtrot Golf.
And we are approaching 5,500. Average rate of climb on the aircraft is around, I would say, 900 feet per minute. In a very heavy config, you might be around 600 to 700. In a lighter config, or at colder temperatures, all the way up to 1,400 feet per minute. So this really varies a lot. What's also a standard feature now, still like the 62, the ESP system, so which is the bank angle protection. But additionally, we can already try it out here. We got the level button now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if we just push it now,
And
autopilot is engaged and it goes in level.
Goes into level. That's cool.
That's a nice feature here. Just gonna disconnect it again. I'm gonna set the standard cruise power setting now. Let's make it 75%.
Okay.
74, which is around 12 to 12.5 gallons. Just gonna trim it out here.
Okay.
And then, of course, requires quite a lot of left rudder now.
Conforme o Fábio demonstrou, né, a aeronave possui o ESP, o sistema de proteção de envelope, que volta automaticamente para a posição nivelada. É aquele botão azul.
Alright. Autopilot is on, and we're just gonna see what kind of speed we're getting. So we are in, of course, 0 degrees temperature now. We're maintaining 5,700 feet. That's the economy power setting, which is at the moment, well, around 162.
Então a gente está nivelado agora a 5.000 pés, pouco mais de 5.000 pés. Regime de potência econômica, 75%. Temos aí um fuel flow de 12 galões e meio por hora. E estamos aí com ground speed de... True speed de 1,66, 1,65. E um ground speed de 1,75 agora. Ou seja, um cruzeiro bem econômico, bem tranquilo. In this port setting, you get what? 3.5 hours?
Exactly, 3.5 hours. If you want to push it to 85% now, yeah, say we're going to be in a hurry, 14 gallons, 14 and a half.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, I would say 175, something like this.
Okay.
And that's the same, so it doesn't, I mean, it's quite cold now. We got good air. Speaking for Brazil at these temperatures, yeah, hotter temperatures, you will be at around, at this power setting, around 165 now at this altitude.
Okay.
A little bit less. At cruise altitude, 10,000 feet, 175.
Ok. Então, cruzeiro rápido, 85%. Fuel flow de 14,2 galões por hora. A gente aumentou a nossa true airspeed aí para 170 nós.
Oh, just see, we got the first snow already. Nice.
E nós estamos ainda um pouco baixo, né? Se tivesse mais alto, teria um true airspeed aí um pouco mais alto, 7,5.
Fly towards that area.
Uma visão
But that's the beginning
dos
of the
Alpes.
Alps here. This is the beginning of the Alps.
onde está começando a nevar já. It's the beginning of the snow season.
Don't remind me.
Oh, come on, winter sports are cool.
Right, but
That's about the only cool thing to do in the snow.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good. Observers, you just fly over the mountain pass. Then we're gonna come back on the left. We're gonna do some slow flight and stall,
Okay.
just to see the characteristic. I would say it's like all the Diamonds are very forgiving aircraft. Yeah, and it's really you're not gonna get into a spinner, so
Okay.
you really have to provoke it with the rudder. But it's really very stable. We're gonna see it in different configs. You can just fly overhead that top here. Might give you some nice pictures as well for the video.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long video.
You can see actually all the skiing areas down there already. They're not open yet. Yep, exactly. Then there's another big one coming up. You can make a turn right here. Let's make a left turn, and you're gonna see it on the right shortly. It's just ahead of us. Regarding noise category, I'm not sure if it applies in Brazil, but it's the 50 is the loudest diamond.
Okay.
It's around 85 decibels outside. Yeah.
Okay.
62 being 76, 77. This one being 84, 85. If that, I'm not sure if it matters in Brazil. In Europe, they might be quite strict at some airports.
No, I think it's
I think it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. At those levels, it doesn't matter.
Good. And you see the big skiing areas here, some of them.
Então, o DA50 tem um pouco mais de ruído externo do que o 62, o Fábio estava falando, mas dentro dos limites brasileiros, está dentro dos limites brasileiros. Que é uma visão aérea aí da estação de esqui nos Alpes aqui austríacos.
Oh, I'm just gonna climb a little bit. So we can pass overhead the peak here. Is it a maximum rate? We can try it out shortly. I mean, we still got some speed reserves now.
Okay.
But what's very interesting, the best rate of climb is 79, which is quite low. It's a really steep angle. So what's quite unusual now, that the nose is coming up quite a lot.
Yeah.
So especially for only VFR trained pilot, he's not going to be able to see a lot outside. Yeah. I'm just going to try and reach.
Afkijk Victor to Mike, altitude readout.
So we're coming back to 70 now, which is our VY.
Okay.
And you see it's around, later on we'll be leveling out at around 12.5 degrees pitch, 10, 12.5. Oh, we actually just see the nose now.
Yeah.
Around 900 feet per minute now.
Ok. O Fábio está demonstrando aqui as capacidades de baixa velocidade do avião, né? De handling em baixa velocidade. Comentando que a melhor razão de subida dele, na verdade, é com uma velocidade bem reduzida. Mas é um avião extremamente estável e extremamente dócil também.
But it's now trimmed out actually, and you can really leave the stick if necessary, and it's really stable.
Yeah.
It's just very nice once it's trimmed out. It's just flies very nice.
Estamos voando sem a mão no comando e mostrando como é que a aeronave é estável, né? Você define a atitude que você quer que ela mantenha e ela simplesmente continua voando.
And even now being in a mountainous area, which is usually quite turbulent now, it only flies like a... just a bit of
E
snow.
isso mesmo aqui numa área turbulenta, né? A gente estava em cima de montanhas, uma área notoriamente mais turbulenta, e mesmo assim a aeronave permanece extremamente estável, mesmo mantendo as mãos fora do comando.
Alright, and we're just gonna head to the flat area back there and we're gonna do some slow flights.
Ok? Então no caminho de volta aqui a gente vai fazer alguns voos em baixa velocidade e um stall, para demonstrar como é que a aeronave também tem um stall suave e dócil, né? O comportamento da aeronave sendo dócil também em baixa velocidade.
Alright, so getting there slowly. Of course the synthetic vision is optional again.
Ok.
It's a possibility. Then what we have on this aircraft is ADS-B in and out. So you see all the targets here. Company traffic here as well. So with the ADS-B, of course, you're going to be able to see their course actually and their ground speed.
Okay. And in terms of weather, you're going to have the
GSR.
The Iridium, right?
Exactly. So it's this one is actually already. I can try it out. This one is working already. Just gonna be lazy and put it in here. Let's say we fly to Salzburg today. Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra, Austria, perfect. We're gonna make a direct 2. Alright. So distance would be 124 miles, should be there in around 50 minutes. Although quite, well, 36 knots headwind. And we're gonna have the weather data link. And you... Oh, it's disabled again. Why is it disabled? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure why it's disabled.
Yeah. It's the prototype.
That's very interesting. Alright, yep.
Ok, mas em condições normais a gente teria informação de clima pelo sistema de clima via satélite, né, via Iridium.
Okay, for the slow flight. The good thing is, again, it's a liquid-cooled engine, so we can go to idle power at any time.
Okay.
We're gonna get the gear warning, and that's the braking action.
Okay.
So it's a little bit less than on the 62,
Sure.
although
But you still get
still
that.
exists, get it, yeah.
Gear.
Let's do flaps 1 first.
Okay.
And the stall will be around 67 knots, 68 now.
Ok.
The initial stall warning.
Então, igualzinho o 62, com o motor refrigerado a líquido, a gente pode vir para idle sem preocupação em voo, né?
So I'm just gonna hold it back to 50. Oh, sorry, 5 degrees.
Aquela questão de que a aeronave desacelera rápido, quando ela vem pro idle.
Left to right, same altitude, same speed.
And confirm traffic is crossing left, right?
Opposite on your, yeah, more opposite.
Roger, we'll look out, Tango Whiskey.
Okay, guys, take a Foxtrot traffic inside.
Oh, they have us inside, okay.
Sanction.
Okay.
Traffic, no bearing, same altitude,
minus 100.
1 mile.
Just checking. Oh, Tango Whiskey after traffic.
Tango Whiskey.
Acelerar novamente aqui, pois estava com tráfego de outra aeronave.
Yeah, they're just passing left side now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
But
5 to 7.5 degrees pitch. You gotta trim it a little bit backwards.
Wind information, servus,
Okay.
Gustav Fox
Gear.
So, wind information, servus.
Stall warning,
Gustav Fox
66, 7, 67.
von der Bayer, destination.
And that's nice, Desert. Just holding it back now. Hold it, hold it, hold it.
Check
Pull it,
gear.
pull it all the way back.
Identified
And you see the nose actually lowers automatically
Yeah.
already. And I keep pulling it all the way to the stick. We feel the buffeting now. And it's not really stalling, it's just descending at a very moderate sink rate.
Gear.
yeah,
It's not banking away.
you're basically at the detent, right?
And there you see it starts
Yeah.
to lower a little bit. But it's just pull it back, I can't even hold it. Yep. Yep, I'm at the detent.
Check
Yeah.
gear.
That's it.
Então,
Just very light rudder input. And if you want to get
Check
out, well, of
gear.
course, just a little bit pressure. And it's out anyway.
the nose goes down.
Yep.
And,
So there is nothing that you need to worry about. It's even more interesting in a full landing configuration with the gear and flaps full.
ok.
So idle power again.
Agora nós vamos repetir com trem baixo
greens, flaps
e
full.
flaps em condição de pouso. E como vocês viram, mesmo com o profundor no batente,
So
né?
I hold it again.
A gente
I
tem um
hold it. I
stall
hold it.
extremamente suave, nariz não cai.
Just gotta be careful a bit, 28 knots crosswind.
Simplesmente a gente ganha uma razão de descida
Pull
suave.
it back now, full back. And there again, buffeting.
Buffeting. Yeah. And that's it.
And hold it a bit, I hold it a bit more. I could even use some aileron here, because it's quite nice with the vortex generators again.
Yeah.
You still got some aileron deflection. That's it.
Então, novamente, estamos aqui no batente de
Just hold it all the way
profundor.
back. 55 knots, 54. Look at the descent, yep, there it is.
55 nós e com razão de descida de...
So you could pull it all the way and you would just be touching down actually.
Razão de descida de agora de 900 pés por minuto, mas estava em 500,
Yeah,
550. Ou seja,
nothing to worry about.
um stall extremamente suave, extremamente tranquilo de controlar, com controle direcional ainda por conta dos geradores de vórtice no aileron. E absolutamente suave. Você segura coloca o profundor no batente e está sob controle. Ou seja, até numa situação de emergência, no pior dos casos, ainda é uma forma de pousar. Você pode pousar a aeronave, fazer um pouso fora de pista numa situação de emergência com uma velocidade, uma razão de descida muito reduzida, né? Sem depender de nenhuma habilidade excessiva do piloto.
You want to try it out as well? Just
No.
get a feeling, yeah? Okay.
No, I'm okay.
What we're going to do is just going to head back to the traffic area circuit and come back for landing to the field.
Okay. Então vamos encerrando aqui agora o voo.
Final speed on this aircraft, so with flaps full, it's 75 knots. Of course, if 75 knots, approach speed, final speed.
Okay.
What you can do, although if you, I would say, more practice with the aircraft and really used to it, you could also do for short field landings around 70 knots.
70 knots.
Just pull it in with
Okay.
a little bit of power, 70 knots, and it's able to stop in around 300 to 350 meters. It's quite easy. So the deceleration and braking action is quite good. Although what it needs for takeoff again, I would recommend to have at least 500 to 550 meters.
Okay.
550, because acceleration takes a lot longer than again to decelerate. Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey is leaving for Neustadt again, Fellows.
Oscar Victor Tango Whiskey, Roger, Fellows.
Então, para pouso, a recomendação aqui do Fábio é 70, 75 nós. E a aeronave usa bem pouca pista.
And what's also new now, you might remember in the 62 you have this push button here for the gear and the firewall test.
Yeah.
Now it's not a push button, it's a combination switch. So we can test the gear here and the fire test basically. And we have
The
to stall
stall
warning
warning.
at the same time.
Oh, okay.
That will be on the finished model as well.
Check gear.
Neustadt, Oscar Victor, Tango Whiskey. Shooting noise.
Careful.
It's okay.
Victor Fox Tango. Victor Tango Victor.
2 minutes south of Oscar for landing.
Yeah, runway 27, QNH 1018.
1018. 17, correction, 27, QNH 1018, Tango Whiskey. So let me show you the visual approach thing now. Just gonna get the flight plan open here again. And we're gonna go to Lima, Oscar, Alpha, November. Okay, let's say we're gonna make a direct to first. And then I can hit procedure, select approach. And there I have the visual approach inside now. It will be runway 27 for us. Let's say it's gonna be a straight in approach, which we can't do, but just a program. I'm gonna say activate already. Okay, then we got it in. And what we will have now is a glide path. As soon as we're on the final approach track, you will see a glide path.
A glide path.
So it's quite nice actually.
Makes flying very easy.
Absolutely. for VFR, for some other fields, really.
At 10 or 12,000 feet,
Yeah.
how fast do you get with your 75% power?
Will be around 175.
175.
Total temperature is 175. Maybe you will touch at 12,000 feet, 14,000 feet, you might be touching 180.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ok.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ok. Como a gente estava falando aqui, entre 10 a 10 mil pés com 75% de potência, a gente vai ter uma velocidade true speed aí de 175. E subindo para 12, aí fica próximo de 180 nós, 179, 178. É uma aeronave com uma boa velocidade de cruzeiro aí, um bom trade-off entre economia de combustível e velocidade, né?
Otherwise, what else do we have? Yeah, we got the red mount, same for the iPad.
Ok.
Same as on the 60s, right and left. We got the same sunshades up here, sunscreen. Oxygen is back here. And what's new now, see, if you have the oxygen option, on the 62 you would have the oxygen valve down here, basically. This is missing now, the oxygen valve moved to my side, just above my head, basically.
Okay.
That's where you have the open valve. So otherwise, if you're used to the 62, it's the same.
Quem está acostumado a voar 62, essa aeronave é muito similar.
The glide path now.
Indicação
That
de...
was just gone again.
Yeah.
What we can do, we can actually go direct final approach phase and suspend.
Vertical track.
And we have the VNAV again.
A gente tem indicação aqui para aproximações visuais via GPS, né? A gente tem a indicação de glide slope. E voltamos a ter um pouquinho de chuva.
Just gonna fly around all these villages again for noise abatement. And you could fly. Yeah, sorry.
No, and
you could fly all the way up to 2 miles again. Full power, clean configuration, and then start to reduce.
yeah.
So that's no problem.
And it's a very quiet cabin, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
I was worried that with the engine on
Oh.
front it would be a bit noisier, but
Well, it's a bit louder than the multi, of course.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's still comfortable.
still far quieter than a gas-powered
Yep.
aircraft.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But they have done a good job also with the engine firewall and all the protection, the layering basically. So it's quite a comfortable, quiet aircraft. So there we have it now. We have got the VNAV and the glide path coming in. So the airport is 9 o'clock now, and we'll be coming back from the northeast here.
Okay. A aeronave tem um voo muito estável, muito tranquilo, similar ao 62. Questão de ruído também e vibração na cabine.
Oscar Tango Whiskey Hotel.
Oscar Tango Whisky.
Tango Whiskey. So I'm starting to reduce power now.
Se reduzir a potência.
You can put the gear down.
Well, I should be the regular outkick, Victor Delta Mike out 100,000 for landing.
Delta Mike, runway 27.
So let's get down 3 greens.
So that 1018, Oscar Delta Mike.
The first stage of flaps we can deploy at 131.
Maintenance visit again, Hotel Golf.
Então, configurando a aeronave para pouso, trem baixo,
Full, and now final speed 75 knots.
flaps full, velocidade de aproximação
Maintenance visit again,
75
Hotel
nós.
Golf.
Jag äger den som är.
Vi äger en Hotel Golf, tackar.
30 knots, around 30 to 35% is a good power setting to come in.
Ok. É bom para fazer aproximação com 30% de potência, igual as outras aeronaves da Daimler. Quando você baixa de 25% ele começa a frear, né? Porque ele traz a hélice para um pitch bem reduzido. E o pouso extremamente suave. Os trem de pouso são similares ao do 62, então são trem de pouso bem reforçado, né?
Okay.
Tu?
Alright, we just gonna park it at the same spot.
Para quem não conhece, é a fábrica da Daimler, na Áustria, a sede da empresa onde tudo começou.
And it's recommended now a minimum again of 1 minute for the turbocharger.
Ok,
So just
to cool down.
Exactly, just give him a minute.
Ok.
Alright, down the avionic master off.
Bom, Fábio,
Hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed very much.
Perfect.
Thank you for the flight.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, bye bye.